Here's the truth when physical therapy schools say they're looking for a holistic applicant. Many pre-PTs hear holistic applicant and they get excited like, oh snap, my GPA doesn't matter, I can apply with a low GPA. Then they get slapped in the face with a rejection, a wait list, or some outcome they don't want, and they're super surprised. And it's because of this hard truth, that there is no holistic applicant unless you meet the minimum standards of what the physical therapy schools are asking for. And honestly, from the physical therapy school's point of view, it just makes sense. A holistic applicant includes those metrics and stats, GPAs, GRE scores that they're asking for. But the confusion comes in from the pre-PT's part, usually your part, when you interpret holistic applicant, meaning they don't care anything about your grades or your GRE scores, meaning standardized test scores. So let's do a little analogy so it can make sense for you. I'm personally a small person. If I wanted to go to the NBA and their minimum requirement was 6 feet, it doesn't really matter how good I am. They have a minimum requirement of 6 feet. Now, for you true NBA fans, yes, there's Spud Webb, Earl Boykins, Nate Robinson, people like that, but honestly, I'm not them. So it doesn't matter how holistic of a basketball player I am. I'm not going to go to the NBA being under their threshold of 6 feet. Now, lucky for many of you, you can change or increase your GPAs, or at least most of your GPAs. And not all schools have a super high GPA threshold or a 6-foot threshold. So even if your stats are on the lower side, you still have a chance of getting into a physical therapy school as long as you're meeting those minimum thresholds of what they require for whatever those thresholds are. Now, after you finally meet and hopefully surpass those minimum requirements, now they're going to start looking at all the other stuff in your application. All the stuff you want to matter so much more than your GPA and standardized test scores now comes into play. And now they'll start looking at your application holistically. So please keep that in mind. Holistic doesn't mean apply with whatever standards you have. It means give them what they want, then they'll look at your application holistically.